ready, Coot? Or
Hello,
Connor?
and
Whatever one you
welcome
are.
to Next
Whatever
Level
one you are.
Broadcasting Saturday afternoon presentation of the 3-3 Whittemore-Prescott Cardinals at Gaylord St. Mary's, the Snowbirds, your Snowbirds. My name is Christian Swinsicki, and in the booth I've got Tyler Bowerman, also known as TB. Tyler, how are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. I'm excited for some good football. You know, UP matchup versus Gaylord St. Mary's. And I mean, everyone knows how the UP plays. It's just smash mouth football.
Absolutely, and you think maybe the Snowbirds are looking for a little bit of revenge against the UP after that Week 1 game against Pickford?
Yep, their only loss so far in this season was that Week 1 game in Pickford. It wasn't the best of nights, but I mean, they've looked a lot better on offense and defensively since that game.
Absolutely, and I want to say one of the big catalysts for that that spurt that we've seen over the last few weeks from the Snowbirds, I believe one of the leading men is Brett Kashoniak. TB, would you agree, disagree?
Yeah, he's been carrying the load. In the last 3 games, he's been doing amazing. He tied the school record with 3 former players for, I believe, single season touchdown record.
Absolutely, and one of the highlights from last week's just drubbing is a one-handed interception from Kashoniak at the defensive line, and then he ended up stiff-arming an offensive player en route to a touchdown. One of the major updates I want to say that we have coming into this game today is number 42, Riley Metelsky, will not be playing, and that is going to be unfortunate for the Snowbirds because he's one of their big electric guys that they have that can absolutely just make a play at any time.
I mean, he's a speedster, and on defense you need that, and it helps so much to have him. But losing him for the year, most likely the year, it's gonna kill their defense. But let's see how they can rebound after that.
The
loss.
injury, yeah, sorry about that, Tyler. The injury was not sustained from a game last week,
Nope.
and it sounds like it could be a collarbone injury. So, as the PA announcer announces the starting lineups for both teams, TB, I'd like to say, I'm excited for this because this is kind of an interesting matchup, the 3-3 Cardinals versus the 4-1 Snowbirds.
Yeah, the Cardinals are battling for a playoff position. I think they are, if I remember correctly, I think there's 4 games left or 3 games left, and they have to win out to make playoffs. So Whittemore-Prescott's going to be playing their A game you would expect today, and let's see.
Playoff game, essentially, because
Yes.
just like you said, every game now is make or break. You have too many losses early on in the season.
Yep.
Now you're playing playoff games still in the regular season.
Yep.
And unfortunately for the, I shouldn't say unfortunately, but for the Snowbirds, now you have to have that in the back of your mind that Whittemore-Prescott is absolutely playing with everything to lose.
Yep.
And the Snowbirds, this is the first test we've seen them have in a few weeks.
Yep. They played 2 conference teams, and those conference teams they took care of like they should have. But this is going to be a tougher matchup. I'm hoping no one's overlooking this game, and they're all focused on beating Whittemore-Prescott today on the Saturday afternoon.
Absolutely, and it is a cold one out. The first cold one that I think we've had in a while. I mean,
Yeah.
this is the coldest game we've had this season.
Yes, for sure.
And along with the cold, we had a little bit of rain showers here, but it looks as though that they've kind of ceased for a little. And now we have just a nice cool breeze kind of breezing through here, as the Snowbirds are kicking away here, and Whittemore-Prescott waiting for the kickoff. And on my roster sheet here, I don't have a number 11. Going to get with the higher ups on that one, as the squib kick is away. It's going to be bobbled but fielded at the 40-yard line from the Cardinals. That's going to be Sam Viner. What I do want to notice is the smaller roster. They have a bunch of seniors and juniors. The Cardinals, they have a sizable roster, but it is grades freshman through senior.
Yeah, it's but the St. Mary's team had a lot of seniors last year, and they just replenished with all the seniors from last year and just have a bunch of upperclassmen that are ready to take over.
As the Cardinals are back in a shotgun set with 13 in motion. It's going to be a handoff to Sam Viner to the left side, lower side of the screen, going to get past the line of scrimmage, maybe a gain of 2 at most. William LaFranca is the quarterback for the Cardinals this evening. And, I mean, I'm excited to see what Kashoniak can follow up from his just dynamic performance last week with this week.
Yeah, all eyes are on him today.
Absolutely. And he stands out on the field when you see him all over because just no matter where the ball is, he is absolutely right next to it. Doesn't matter if it's on kickoff, defense, offense. It seems like he is just right there wherever the ball is at all times.
Yep, he flies the ball. It's like I played with 2 Kashoniaks when I was a senior, and they both were the same way. Headhunt and look for the ball. I always knew where the ball was and always were around it.
Well, it must be in their genetics as Kashoniak seems to be taking those characteristics and taking that with them, as William LaFranca was told to remove his hand warmer and hands it to a coach on the sideline. Interesting, because usually quarterbacks are allowed to keep the hand warmer.
Yep. It must have been the color of it or something, which I don't know for sure.
Yeah, it was black. However, back in play, LaFranca in shotgun again, man in motion. Going to be a handoff to the right side, but he's going to be brought down for a loss of 3. Christian Toko on the rushing attempt. It looked as though the Snowbirds were just right back in the backfield right away.
Oh, yeah, that was a quick move by Schwinski there. Getting one step, and he was by the guard and in the backfield making the tackle.
It's going to be 3rd and 13 for the Cardinals as they're looking for a big play right here on their opening drive. You don't really want to see that on your opening drive. You haven't even got a first down. You'd hate to go 3 and out right up the gate.
Yep, and especially in a lose or go home type situation for them.
Excellent point as LaFranca is under center now. This time he's going to look to throw. He's going to have a man open. It's going to be Viner, and he's going to have 6 points after nothing but green grass, and it's going to be a touchdown Cardinals. Wow. On 3rd and 13. It looked as though the Snowbirds were going to force him to punt. However, a gutsy play call off of center.
And, I mean, they were 2 seconds away from getting that with the quarterback and having a sack there.
Absolutely. That's why I say it's a gutsy play, because usually under center you don't have as much time.
No.
Viner, who fielded the kickoff, able to get open there, just got past the defense. It looked as though they were playing man coverage, and he just slipped past his man.
Yep, someone got beat there.
And the 2-point conversion attempt is going to be Viner taking the snap, and he's going to have a quarterback run, dives for the end zone, looks as though he's going to be short, and the referees are going to call him short. No good on the 2-point conversion. So the Cardinals take a 6-0 lead here in the opening seconds of the game. We will be right back after a moment from now.
We all know that Jimmy John's is everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs. Everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs.
LaFranca to Viner, and absolutely just getting open past his man and scoring 6 as the Cardinals have an onside kick attempt.
That was a beautiful onside kick attempt. I mean, that went straight up in the air.
As there's a scrum at the bottom of the pile, and the Cardinals look to have recovered, absolutely deflating for the Snowbirds out the gate.
Yeah, you don't want to see that after giving up an early 6 points and then the immediate turnover. Not turnover, but onside kick recovery.
Yeah, TB, as you said, that was a beautiful execution of the onside kick. It looked as though the end-over-end kick was just floated there.
Yep, it just stayed in that air for, I mean, it seemed like a century.
Yeah, that's not what you want to see if you're on the Snowbird sidelines crowd tonight here on what is kind of an important night here, TB, wouldn't you say?
Yes, being armed force in first responder night.
Oh, yes, and that's why you see the Snowbirds wearing the American flag on their uniform as the Cardinals are back in shotgun, and Viner is going to dive to the right, going to get a gain of about 3 yards. Looked as though that was the same play that they attempted on the 2-point conversion.
Yeah, same exact kind of dive up the middle, just trying to get 2 or 3 yards, it looks like.
Viner looks as though he is the biggest body for the Cardinals, and I could see why you want to get him the ball because he looks like a load to bring down.
Yes.
And Viner, once again, back in shotgun. However, it's going to be a fake snap. It's going to be a handoff, or a snap straight to the running back, to Christian Toko. I apologize, who kind of got a fake snap there. I haven't seen one of those in a while.
Yeah, it was kind of I don't want to call it a Statue of Liberty, but like type of that. It was like a fake to the right and just automatic up the middle.
And that was going to be good for a gain of about 4 yards. It's going to make this 3rd and 3. However, for the Cardinals, they look pretty confident on 3rd down. Shot for their first time on offense. However, it's going to be a big kind of drive because they were able to stop them on defense there, kind of slow down the progression of the Cardinals offense, and that's exactly what the Snowbirds needed, because if they had scored there, it would have put them in a hole right out the gate. However, the Snowbirds, from their own 13-yard line, getting ready to take the snap. Koshoniak in the backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Koshoniak up the left side, and he's got a host of blockers, and he's going to have himself trucking over a Cardinal, and he's going to get enough for the first down and out to the 27-yard line. There's a good run along the far side.
Yeah, I mean, that was a great blocking formation. It had the other fullback in the backfield getting a lead block for him, so he was able to get that lead block, and Koshoniak followed him all the way to the outside and got a first down.
Absolutely, and I didn't mention it, but the pregame show was presented by Jimmy Johns, and we were raving about Koshoniak and the Snowbirds' offenses. Now they're here in a split back set, and it's going to be a handoff to Koshoniak up the far side and runs over a Cardinal. He's going to be good for a gain of 3 with 8 minutes to go in the first quarter. Away games, however, it's not an away game. It's a home game today. Away games call for freaky fast meals on the road. That's where Jimmy John's comes in to turn travel time into dinner time with their freaky fast gourmet sandwiches and their brand new location in Gaylord across from Hobby Lobby. Jimmy John's, freaky fast and freaky strong, so strong a tornado couldn't move them. With the Snowbirds coming back out on 2nd and 7, looking to operate. They've handed off to Koshoniak a couple of straight times, and this time they're going to hand it off to the other side to Jake Butler, and he's going to get a first down after running into a few Cardinals, and it looks as though now they're establishing the physical dominance.
Yep, this is where it's a death by 1,000 paper cuts. If you can't stop the run, it's going to be a long day.
Absolutely, and that's what the Snowbirds like to do, is run. Last week in the second half, they tried running out the clock, but they just couldn't stop scoring. It was as though they were just running their opponents off the field. And that's one of the big things with Rylan Metelsky being out, is they have one less person that they could sub in at running. As now the Snowbirds in shotgun, running back on both sides, the quarterback, but however, a high snap, breaks a couple tackles, and it's going to be good for a gain of 6. That was Daniel Jacobson able to wrangle in the high snap, and he almost looked as though they were going to fumble the handoff, but
yeah, made something out of nothing.
Yeah, and the Cardinals were in the backfield. The handoff looked as though it was a fake either way.
Yeah.
But Daniel Jacobson able to wrangle up a few yards. Looks like it was good enough for a gain of 7. Then brings up 2nd and 3 for the Snowbirds. Jacobson under center, split back formation. Butler and Koshoniak in the backfield. Going to be a handoff to Koshoniak up the far side. Koshoniak lowers a shoulder, gets a first down, and had to get drugged down from the Cardinals. That was Eli Murphy on the first initial contact, and then a host of Cardinals able to bring down Koshoniak.
Reached out there with one hand and just had to hold on for dear life.
Exactly, and those that jersey there, those nice USA jerseys, Armed Forces jerseys, those look pretty stretchy.
Yes, they do.
And that's what Murphy was holding on to for dear life, trying to slow him down as the Snowbirds have a 1st and 10 from Cardinal 48-yard line. Daniel Jacobson back under center. Koshoniak, split back formation. Going to be a handoff to Koshoniak up the left side. Lowers the shoulder again on Murphy. A flag comes out. And it looks as though they just keep hammering that left side as we await the penalty flag.
Wonder if they're going to call holding here.
Yeah, I was unable to see it, but holding usually in that area looks as though it's always the common call.
Yeah.
It is going to be a hold. It's going to be a spot foul, and it's going to push them back 10 yards.
Not something you like to see getting behind the chains early on first down, and when you have a first down on the other side of the 50 too.
As it's going to bring up 1st and 17 back in Snowbird territory. They sniffed Cardinal territory. It's going to be handoff to Butler. Jacobson under center. Handoff to Koshoniak up the left side. Koshoniak shakes an arm tackle, lowers the shoulder, just runs a good enough for a gain of 2. It seems as though he's always breaking that first tackle. The first point of contact, he just gets past it.
Yeah, that first guy trying to bring him down, it's going to be hard. But if you have a group of, you need 2 or 3 guys to try to bring him down at first.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Anytime that first point of contact is made, you have to follow it up with 2 more people because he's going to lower the shoulder and hit the second guy too.
Yes.
Jacobson and shotgun. Butler and Koshoniak flank him left and right. It's going to be a high snap over Butler's head, and it's going to be recovered by the Snowbirds.
Man.
And that was on 3rd and 5. That was on 3rd and 5.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and 15 now. Yeah.
That forces a tough decision from Coach O'Connell.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think O'Connell will punt this. I think O'Connell is the type of person that no matter how long it is, it's doable. For 4th and 14, I think he'll go for it.
As the rain is now starting to come down sideways here because of the wind. Some crowd members pulling out the umbrellas. And TB, you are right. It looks as though they're going to gamble here. Jacobson in shotgun, and we're going to have a false start, I believe. I thought I saw some early movement.
I don't know what's going on for sure because it looks like the refs are going over to the sideline.
Yeah, they are going over. That's an indication of whether or not they want to accept or decline something. But however, I'm not sure what's going on.
I didn't see a flag get thrown. Did you?
Yeah, out at the 25-yard line, there was a flag that was thrown from the far judge, and there's another flag getting waved like a hanky.
It's a sideline warning.
Okay. I'm not sure what the sideline warning was. However, this rain is actually going to make it a little difficult for us as we are in the booth, and now the referees approach Coach O'Connell, and he's of course going to accept the.
No, I think the first one's a warning.
Is it a warning even though if they throw a flag?
Yep. The first one is usually a warning, and then the second one they throw is a 5th penalty.
Thank you, Tyler, for that. As we're trying to decipher what's going on up here, they are going to resume the play here. 4th and 14 now for the Snowbirds as they look for a first down on their opening drive of the offense. As Jacobson's going to keep it, and he's going to run to the left side. He's going to get enough for the first down. He's going to have enough for 6 points. Wow. Touchdown, Snowbirds. Daniel Jacobson on a 31-yard quarterback designed run up the left side, and it's going to make this a 6-6 game here in the first quarter with just under 3 minutes to go. What a run, TB.
I mean, that was an excellent play there by Daniel Jacobson.
Exactly. On 4th and 14, too, the absolute, I guess, I don't want to say stones, but, to call a design quarterback run on 4th and 14 and it nets you 6 points, I guess it's not a bad play call if it scores. As the Snowbirds now operating back under center with Jacobson. And it's going to be a handoff to Jake Butler up the right side. And he's going to dive for the end zone. It's going to be good for 2 points. It's going to be 8-6 lead for the Snowbirds. And with that, we will be right back after a moment from our sponsors.
I'm Ryan Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Cutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
An 8-6 lead here with the Snowbirds kicking off, and it's going to be fielded by the Cardinals and not fielded by the Cardinals. Ball escaped from the Cardinals. Whistle was blown a little early. However, it will be Cardinals ball. TB, back on the touchdown run, you were, during the break, making a quick point about what Coach O'Connell likes to do. Would you mind telling the audience what that was?
Yeah, on fourth down, if it's a long fourth down or like 4th and 14, like in that scenario, he'll have his quarterback act like a Australian putter where they can run to the right or left and kick it. But they could also throw it when they get out there to the right because then it makes it a double option. You can either kick it and if no one's open or throw it deep if someone's there.
I love that kind of analysis, TB. Thank you for that. And that was going to be LaFranca on the quarterback design keeper. He ran right up the middle and was stonewalled by the Snowbirds defensive line as they were able to get right into the backfield and force a loss on first down, making it 2nd and 11 here with sideways rain, the wind, and the conditions out there are going to get a little tough, and the ball's going to be harder to hold on to.
Yeah, I expect a lot of turnovers. Not a lot of turnovers, but at least a couple in this first half with this rain coming down right to left and just pouring out. Yeah,
when it rained pregame before the Jimmy John's pregame show, it'd make that ground wet, and if the ball ever hits it, it's going to be tough to hold on, and it's going to be LaFranca throwing to Viner on the far side of the field. Looks as though it was just going to be a little short for Viner. He had to go low for the catch, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 11 with just under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. If you've grown up in Michigan, you've grown up with cracked roads, parking lot pavement that are the size of linemen, and you just can't trust those potholes if they're the size of those linemen. If your driveway, parking lot, or other surface needs an overhaul, check out the pros at Gaylord Seal Coating. Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. And it's going to be a handoff to Viner, or a snap to Viner as he's going to hand off to Toko up the left side. A little bit of deception in the Gaylord Snowbirds. The St. Mary's Snowbirds able to just snuff that play out and brings up 4th and 11 for the Cardinals. As the rain continues to come down sideways. And the Cardinals looking to punt here. And it looks as though that is Daniel Jacobson going back deep to retrieve the punt. Low snap. Punts away. And it's going to be out of bounds at the 38-yard line. And with that, 1:22 left to go in the first quarter. We're going to keep it here real quick. And we're going to talk about golf, even though we're kind of on a season if you look at it right now. Gaylord and the 989 is considered by most to be the golf mecca, Michigan. And whether you're looking for a new set of clubs or in need of fixing your slice, Golf Gaylord is your destination where you can browse a wide variety of items and get lessons from their experienced staff. Golf Gaylord. As we have an injury for the Cardinals, that appears to be Viner. We are going to take just a quick moment to step away from the injury timeout.
Welcome to Hudson's, where we strive to be more than a dealer, and we work hard to pair you with the right equipment. Whether your land spans thousands of acres or just a small yard, come visit us. At Hudson, we provide the service and expertise to get the job done right. And for a limited time, get 0% for 84 months on select John Deere compact utility tractors. To get a quote, come into your local Hudson or visit us online at hudsony.com.
Well, with the turn of events after the break, Christian Viner was able to walk off in his own. However, it's going to be Cardinals ball because there was a flag on the play, and the flag was roughing the punter. So the Cardinals will retain possession.
Yeah, something you don't like to see there. I mean, you get them stopped, you have the ball back at the 38-yard line, and you're looking to go up 16, possibly 14-6, and you have a penalty that cost you.
Absolutely, and that's going to be kind of a deflator there because you were looking to get your offense back out in the field. However, Cardinals offense is marching back on the field, but they are without Viner as there is a timeout here. But we are going to keep it right here just for a moment. I don't think this will be a long timeout. And for the moment, I want to tell you about Professional Seamless Gutters. Your home gutters are always there when you need them to be. So is our good friend Orion Beningo, and that's why he started Professional Seamless Gutters. Professional Seamless Gutters offers fast and experienced service and real-time quotes. But wait, there's more. They'll actually answer your phone call. That's Professional Seamless Gutters at 989-619-3407. Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport is your gateway to northern Michigan. I know it's going to be mine. Now is your time to fly TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com. As the Cardinals offense takes the field, LaFranca back in shotgun for the Cardinals. And it's going to be a snap. Franca looking to throws it over the middle, and it's going to be tipped by Koshoniak, and it's going to fall harmlessly to the ground. Intended receiver was Thomas Saunders for the Cardinals. And Koshoniak was in there, and he's always going to be around the ball.
You see without their do-it-all man, number 13, they have changed their offense completely. They've gone to spread football. It's 3 receivers, 3 down linemen, and a quarterback and a running back.
Yeah, number 13 for the Cardinals, Christian Viner, or Sam Viner, I apologize. Sam Viner on the bench, getting his legs stretched out and looked at, as Franca going to keep it and go right, but there's going to be a flag coming out. And it's going to be against the Cardinals, and it's going to push them back a couple of yards. However, if that play wasn't whistled dead, I don't think LaFranca is going to get very far.
No, I think it's almost a better situation for them to get that penalty call than run that play. It looked like it was going to be lost to 2 yards, and on top of that, you'd be 3rd down instead of 2nd down still.
Absolutely. You want to keep that down and maybe lose just a couple yards instead of losing the down and losing the yards. So the Cardinals operating on 2nd and 15, ball on their own 47-yard line here with just under a minute to go in the first quarter. And LaFranca back and shotgun, going to keep it for himself, going to run up the middle, and he's going to get brought down after a gain of about what I would say is 1. It's going to bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, even after that untimely penalty, the Snowbirds defense looks strong still, and they're holding to only 6 points on that long 3rd down to 13 conversion.
Makes you think that maybe the Snowbirds weren't ready for that kind of play either, though, as they've been able to stifle the Cardinals' offense here, as the Cardinals' offense kind of moving towards the sideline here, towards their coach.
Yeah, it looks like they're just let the clock run out.
Oh yeah. I didn't think they had that much time on their play clock left, but yep, that is going to be it for the end of the first quarter. Snowbirds are going to have a lead going into the break. It's going to be an 8-6 lead, and we will be right back after this.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Well, the rain has ceased for now, and the wind has calmed down also just a smidge here. It looks as though the weather is going to be content here going forward as the Snowbirds have an 8-6 lead over the Whittemore-Prescott Cardinals. And I wanted to say I sounded confused before the break, and it was because the time clock here didn't strike 0, and it stopped at 2 seconds, so I wasn't sure if we were actually going to break or not. But we are back, and the Cardinals have flipped field. They're going to go, and it's going to be LaFranca looking to throw out a shotgun. They're going to throw a lob, and it's going to fall harmlessly to the ground, and that's going to bring up 4th and long for the Cardinals. Good defense from the Snowbirds.
Yeah, great defense. I mean, they looked like they were trying another pass out of under shotgun. I mean, or not under shotgun, under center, and that just usually doesn't work. Takes a long time for those plays to develop, and with the quarterback already a foot from the line of scrimmage, it's so much harder.
As the Cardinals punt unit looks as though that they are going to be on the field. LaFranca back deep. Low snap. Going to bobble the snap and gets a kick on while the ball's on the ground. He's going to get it himself, and he's going to run the ball and brought down. And it's going to be a turnover on downs for the Cardinals, and LaFranca is down. And it's going to be a flag on the play.
Let's hope he's not hurt, too. I would hate to see their 2 best players go out with back-to-back possessions like that.
Oh, for those curious, LaFranca is walking on his own, which is exactly what you'd like to see. However, as we await the flag here, I wasn't sure. I wasn't able to see what had happened there. There was a lot that happened.
Yeah, I think when the punter tried to punt it, he dropped it, and he didn't kick it on the way down. He dropped it, and it completely hit the ground.
And it's going to be a dead ball foul, or it's going to be, the ball's going to be called dead there as it's an illegal kick, is exactly what TB was saying. Now that, yeah, you can't do that. You can't drop the ball and do what essentially is a drop kick.
Yeah, he tried to, exactly, he tried to drop kick it.
And however, it was an illegal play. It was, he tried. He was trying to get it to go for as far downfield as he could, but LaFranca unable to punt it and field the snap cleanly as Jacobson back under center. And the sun starts to come out for the field, and he's going to hand off to Jake Butler, and Butler's going to get a gain of about 5 for the Snowbirds.
This is where we see how good Whittemore-Prescott's defense is. If they can make a stand here, make it keep it a 2-point game, and let that offense get back on the field.
It's an uphill battle now with Viner out for the Cardinals as LaFranca looked as though he was shaken up. But LaFranca is back out on the field. And Jacobson under center, handing off to Murphy along the right side out of split back formation. And Butler's going to have enough for the first down. Good blocking up front from the Mullers on the offensive line as they were able to get enough push for Butler to skitter and scamper his way for a first down.
Yeah, it's been a new offensive line this year for the St. Mary's Snowbirds. They lost their entire offensive line basically last year after they were all seniors. And this year they are made up of a couple juniors, a senior, and I believe another junior, if I'm not mistaken.
Jacobson hand off to Kashoniak up the left side. Kashoniak going to weave and speed his way to the outside. Kashoniak able to break past an arm tackler and stiff arm number 2 from the Cardinals, number 2 being Christian Toko. And one thing you did mention earlier, TB, was that in talking about the offensive line was that even though they lost all their offensive linemen last year, that they had to move some players out of position to offensive line to adjust.
Yeah, number 24, Dylan Croft, used to play running back as I believe their left guard. And he's been opening holes up there for Kashoniak and Jake Butler to go run through for the past 2 weeks now.
And that's one of the promising things that you can say about Coach O'Connell is that able to maneuver his personnel and get the most out of what he can, because they have a deep backfield and deep skills position players. As Jacobson's under center, and he's going to hand it off to Kashoniak, and Kashoniak going to lower the shoulder but get brought down after a gain of what I would say is about 6.
And I believe on that last play from Kashoniak, that running play, they called a face mask on the defender, which is why they moved half the distance to the goal.
Thank you, TB, is from our perspective, it's kind of tough for us because just the way of the angle is, as I was unable to see the flag there. And the Snowbirds are within striking distance. Ball on the 8-yard line, but they still have 6 yards for the first down. As Jacobson's under center once again. Going to hand it off to Koshoniak. Koshoniak's going to go off tackle to the end zone. Touchdown, Snowbirds. Koshoniak once again in the end zone, finding his way in again. Another week, another touchdown.
It's almost like he has a nose for the end zone. You know, he always seems to find it no matter where he is on the field.
Absolutely. And whenever he gets the ball, you're always anticipating a big play, an explosive play, whether it's breaking a tackle or scoring 6. Koshoniak is doing that as the Snowbirds are getting ready for the 2-point attempt. Split back formation. Hand off to Koshoniak. Back up the left side. Lowers the shoulder, but he's going to get brought down. And it's going to be no good on the 2-point attempt, and that's going to keep the score 14-6, but the Snowbirds are in control. And after our sponsors, we will be right back for the kickoff. Back to the Cardinals.
This is Charles, founder of Next Level Broadcasting. Interested in advertising on our channel? Get a hold of us. And next week, this commercial could be yours.
I'm Ryan Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Thank you, Orion Beningo, as the Snowbirds getting ready to kick off after going up 14-6 here in the second quarter. Kickoff is away, and it's going to be fielded by the Cardinals. One thing I do want to mention is I have yet to see Sam Viner come back out for the Cardinals. He is walking around, still stretching his leg out. It looked as though it was his right leg. A flag did come out from what I heard, and they're going to a re-kick here. It would look as though it was offsides on the kickoff team. Not something you usually see here at the high school level.
No, it's very rare to be called.
Yeah, as we're going to have a re-kick here for the Snowbirds, and that's interesting. Like I said, it's not something you usually see here. However, it is going to be still Snowbirds kicking it off, and I don't think they were pushed back at all. Kick is away, and it's going to go out of bounds, and that's going to warrant another flag because that is going to be an illegal procedure, I believe.
Yep. So they can either, I believe they get the ball at the 45 or 35.
I think it is the, I want to say it's the 45, but I've been wrong on about every guess I've had this year. However, the refs did see that. It wasn't just your eyes playing a trick on you, but still the refs are never wrong, so it's time for you to come in for a free consultation at Gaylord Eye Center. With 4 locations, Gaylord, Boyne City, Sheboygan, Bel Air, get back in the game with Gaylord Eye Care. As the Cardinals offense looking to come back on the field and make it a maybe either a tie game or a 2-point game once again here.
Oh, it's a 40-yard line.
Yeah, split the difference.
Okay.
As the illegal procedure kick will net the ball out at the 40-yard line for the Cardinals, and they're looking to come back out without Sam Viner, who is still stretching out the muscles on the sideline there. And it's going to be a quick timeout here, and it's also going to be a timeout for us. Snowbirds up 14-6.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport, TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
The sun is out here. Cardinals are taking the snap under shotgun. LaFranca looking deep, throws it, and it's going to fall to the ground. Intended receiver is going to be Christian Toko. Once again, LaFranca looked though as though he had no time to look for any receivers though.
No, it's those under center passes. I mean, they just tend not to work. It takes so long for that play to develop, and the quarterback only gets about 2 steps back.
Well, in the Snowbird defense, I do want to point out, is just relentless in their pursuit of the quarterback because they have no time. As it's going to be a fumble here, recovered from the Snowbirds, and it's going to be a touchdown. Another 6 points. This time, Jack Alexander on the scoop and score. LaFranca, as I was mentioning, right on cue, the defense was bearing down on him, and Jack Alexander was able to scoop and score, but a flag is going to come out here.
Yeah, he just did a backflip in the end zone, so they're going to call him for excessive celebration.
That is going to be one of those kind of things that a coach is going to be mad at because that's not something you want to see in the end zone there.
And it pushes you back 15 yards to make it that. It's either going to be a 15-yard extra point attempt or a 15-yard 2-point attempt. Unless they decline that.
It'd be interesting if they declined that.
I wonder I didn't hear what the official said, but it looks like they're at the 3 still, so I don't think they took the penalty.
As the PA announcer has said that there was unsportsmanlike conduct on the play, and the referees are organizing and getting themselves around. However,
I wonder if it's on the kickoff.
That is a good point. I thought about that initially, and then when you explained it, I was like, oh, that kind of sucks. But no, that would make sense as they enforce the penalty on the kickoff here as the Snowbirds looking to score. Jake Butler fumbles I shouldn't say fumbles, kind of hobbles the snap, but he's in for 2, makes a 22-6 game here in the Snowbirds versus Cardinals. And 9:38 left to go in the first half. And your Snowbirds are out to a comfortable lead here at this juncture.
Yeah, it looked like it was going to be a closer game there in the first quarter when Whittemore-Prescott went down and drove down the field and scored. But without their number 1 player out there on offense, it's just been hard for them to move the ball at all.
Yeah, with Sam Viner not really being able to kind of put as much pressure on that right leg of his. Absolutely, TB, you are right. It looks as though the Cardinals have just kind of been stuck in the mud here, spinning the wheels. But you know what happens if your wheels are spinning? Upgrade your John Deere tractor. Seasons change, but the chores never stop. It's time to gear up for fall with a John Deere compact tractor from Hudson. Plenty of inventory and thousands in savings at John Deere compact tractor from Hudson. Your fall chores just got easier. See for yourself at HudsonInc.com. TB, you were right. They did enforce the penalty on the kickoff. It pushes them back 15 yards, and the Snowbirds will be kicking off from the 15-yard line. It's going to be a deep kick. Going to have Christian Toko letting it roll out of bounds, and it's going to be an illegal procedure once again, spotting the ball at the 40-yard line for the Cardinals.
I mean, there's not much you can do about that one. He made a nice kick. It's just so far back there because of the penalty. It just hurts you.
Yeah, you want to think if that's going to be from the original spot, that would have been closer to the end zone, almost for a touchback.
Yeah, it had been pretty close to the touchback.
As the Cardinals will be taking possession of the ball at the...
No, they're going to have him re-kick.
Oh, yes, that is exactly what they're having him do.
Huh. I wonder if they think they can get better field position than that.
I'm thinking you might be right here, as they're going to be kicking from the 25-yard line once again off of a re-kick. No, you are absolutely right, TB, and that it's the gamble, because if they happen to keep it in bounds and kick it deep.
Yep. It's going to hurt you, but if not.
However, like I said, I don't have a number 11 on my roster sheet. I'm going to have to, during the halftime, figure it out, but it's going to be a high kick, and Christian Toko is going to let it stop as there was whistles here.
Called another offsides at St. Mary's.
That's going to push them back 5 yards here on the kickoff.
They'll be kicking from the 20.
If they keep this up, they'll be kicking it off from the end zone.
Yeah.
As the Snowbirds back kicking off from their own 20 now. Usually they don't even kick off that far in the pros.
No, it rarely happens from back there.
As the Snowbirds struggling to just get off of kickoff right now. However, they're not struggling to score points as they're up 22-6 with 9:37 left to go in the second quarter. The Cardinals only have one timeout left. Snowbirds have all three. They haven't needed to use one, as the kick, we are waiting on the officials, I think, to signal play as ready, as the Cardinals are discussing with the referees over on the sideline here. And that's going to give us a moment to tell you about a new sushi bar. New to Gaylord is Rafi's Hibachi and Sushi Bar, and I've been looking forward to this for the last few weeks. Located on Main Street next to the Chocolate House, you'll find cultural cuisine that truly brings a different taste and a different experience to dining out in Gaylord. But don't just take our word for it. See and taste for yourself at Rafi's Hibachi and Sushi Bar. I've been excited to go and test out their food. I love me some seafood and sushi.
Yeah, sushi is pretty good.
As we are still awaiting the referees to allow play to start here. Now they're having a meeting of the minds at the 20-yard line. And there's a lot of silent fans here in the stands as we're just waiting in the cold. Well, we're not waiting in the cold. They are. As they're going to push this back another couple yards. I wasn't able to really see what it was that time.
I wonder if they never marked off the original penalty for the
first illegal procedure?
Yeah. And then that would go back 5 more yards, and then they got the other penalty just now, which would put them back to 15.
So kicking off from their own 15-yard line, the Cardinals are going to receive the ball at about the 48 and absolutely getting blown up. Was number 3 of the Cardinals. Unable to see who that was. It was Eli Murphy. Just got lit up by Daniel Jacobson as the Cardinals were able to get out to the 35-yard line. That's excellent field position to start off if you're on the Cardinals.
I mean, can't ask for much better.
You truly can't, because you're already within striking distance. And right now, however, the Cardinals do need to show some life on offense, because ever since the injury to Sam Viner, they've been, just kind of stuck in the mud, and the wheels have fallen off. And, if for any listeners at home, Charles Strail is looking for a tow trucking company to sponsor. And now we're going to have a timeout. Final timeout used by the Cardinals, and it's going to incite a timeout from us, and we will be right back after these messages.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers.
As it's going to be a quick direct snap to Christian Toko. Toko going to get... Or Toko, I apologize. Toko's going to get brought down at the line of scrimmage. and there was a gang of Snowbirds there to make the stop here, or the stop there, as the rain has ceased. However, that ground is still going to be wet. That's going to play a big factor still going forward, don't you think, TB?
Yeah, it's going to be hard to move side to side, and your movements are going to be a lot. It's going to be a lot harder to make those quick movements.
As the Cardinals back under shotgun here. It's going to be a direct keeper to Christian Toko, and Toko couldn't wrangle in the snap, and he's going to get brought down for a loss of 4, just getting swallowed whole in the backfield, and Christian Toko's going to go to the sideline.
Yeah, Dylan Croft was in there before the it looked like before the ball even got to the quarterback, but he just juggled with bobbled it a couple times. Hot potato.
Yeah, I want to point out that Sam LaFranca is not been in at quarterback ever since what we thought was an injury to him on their last offensive possession.
I mean, you hate to see that as a fan of this football. You hate to see their team lose their best 2 players when they're fighting for playoffs.
Absolutely, and what TB was saying is a do-or-die game. Is Christian Toko going to get wrangled in the backfield and just swallowed whole from a gang of Snowbirds once again? And that's going to force 4th and forever for the Cardinals, as they had no positive yards on that drive.
No, they got the ball at the 35 and haven't even got past the line of scrimmage so far with the play.
And I think I saw Sam LaFranca run on field, so that is good to see. However, LaFranca back a little further than what I think the usual punt or the usual shotgun snap would be. However, he's going to run to his left, and he's going to get brought down, and it's going to be a turnover on downs. And the Snowbirds are going to get the ball at their own 49-yard line, as it was an excellent pursuit from the defense, able to snuff what looked as though it was going to be one of those rugby-style punts that you were talking about, TB, earlier.
Yeah, it looked like that was what it was developing into, but he just took too long to kick that off.
As we have 7:26 left to go in the first half, they announced some 50-50 winners for the raffle. Unfortunately, we had no winners up here in the booth.
No, not today.
Not today, as the Snowbirds looking to widen the gap here between them and the Cardinals, and there's going to be a flag. Unable to see what that was. However, that's going to
delay of game.
It's going to back the Snowbirds up. And as TB mentioned, delay of game backs them up 5.
That's one of those penalties that would just be frustrating as a coach, because you just got the turnover on downs. You just got the ball back. Your offense knows the play. They were told before they went out on the field, and then they still can't get the snap off in time.
It's going to be a direct snap to Daniel Jacobson. He's going to get up to the left side, and he's going to juke and jive his way across the formation and get a gain of 14 before he was brought down by the back of his jersey from the Cardinals defense. And that's interesting because usually they had Koshoniak lined up at quarterback and Jacobson lined up where Koshoniak usually has been.
Yeah, it's just who's going to get the ball and who's going to be the blocker in that situation.
Yeah, and I think you want your big, strong guy in Koshoniak leading the way.
Yep.
As
looks like Koshoniak's back at quarterback again.
Same formation, going to be a quarterback keeper, a keeper for Jacobson, and he's going to go up the middle, and he's going to have nothing but green grass in front of him. The only person close to him was Eli Murphy, and 6 points go on the board for the Snowbirds, making it a 28-6 lead. Absolutely dazzling run right up the middle from Jacobson.
I mean, he wasn't even touched there. It didn't look like. He just had an open hole and just ran through and exploded through it.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the big differences that the Snowbirds have had over all of their opponents, has been the blocking up front has been just on point.
Yep. If you can dominate the line of scrimmage, you usually win the game.
And that's exactly what they've been doing for the last ever since the Pickford game. That's what they've been doing, is dominating the line of scrimmage, as Jacobson's going to have a handoff to Butler, but it's going to be whistled dead, and it's going to back the offense up, I believe. It's one of the things that I think that St. Mary's has been working on cleaning up, because they play complete football on offense and defense. The only thing is that slowing them down are penalties.
Yeah, it's costly penalties too. It's like a penalty on a 2-point conversion where it adds you 2 more points. You're at the 3-yard line, and now you have to go from the almost the 10. And then, they had one where they had the first down here, and they got a delay of game. It's just costly penalties.
One thing I do want to point out is that we haven't seen any passing attempts from the Snowbirds yet so far this evening.
No, I don't think you will, too, because now with this 28-6 lead, you can just milk the clock.
And it's going to be a handoff to Butler up the right side. Butler going to juke and cut out to the right, the far side, and he's going to dive for the pylon, and the refs are going to signal good on the 2-point conversion. That was from the 10-yard line.
I mean, he just had the speed around that corner again and shrugged off the first tackler and dove for that pylon.
As the score is going to be 30-6, it looks as though the Snowbirds are going to just shake off this opponent for this week. And, I mean, it's just been nothing but scoring for them, I feel like, every time I come back these last few weeks. As we're just going to keep it here for a moment. And with the rain, unfortunately, fall, I mean, it's going to signal the end of boating season. But attention all water lovers, Twin Bay Docks is Northern Michigan's gold standard for your lakeside access. Trusted by consumers and distributors alike, featuring a superior patented vinyl design, Twin Bay Docks makes living life out on the water easy. Unfortunately, with the turning of the season, we're not going to see as many boats out in the water. We're not going to see all the...
Yeah, it's getting a little cold for going out in the water right now.
Oh, I'm sure people are dreading putting away the boats and winterizing them, as the Snowbirds kicking off from their own 40-yard line this time, and it's going to be out of bounds. And we're going to see an illegal procedure once again.
I didn't see the number there on the sideline, but whoever didn't touch that ball from Whittemore-Prescott made it smart play by letting it go out of bounds without him touching it.
I want to say that was Eli Murphy from the Cardinals, but don't quote me on that. But yes, you're absolutely right, TB. That was a smart play from the Cardinals player there, as they were able to let that ball run out. And now we might see almost an exact same thing that happened in the last kickoff.
No, I think they're going to... Oh, they're just going to take it at the 40.
Yeah.
Okay.
As it looks as though that's another thing that maybe St. Mary's can clean up and work on, is making sure we keep the kickoffs inbound. Actually, they're going to plant that ball right on the 41-yard line. Interesting.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I thought it was the 40.
Well, I wonder if that's where I don't know if that's where the ball went out of bounds at either.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, I thought it rolled out closer to the 35-yard line. However, either way, the Cardinals' offense looks to come back out in the field. LaFranca back in shotgun. And man in motion is going to be Christian Toko. Christian Toko is going to get it, and he's going to get nothing but green grass along the far side and he's going to get down to the 20-yard line, unable to shake a couple of would-be tacklers, but utilizing that speed in open field, able to get a first down, and that's the first time we've seen positive yards from the Cardinals in what feels like forever.
Yeah, that's what you need to get you out of the mud and get your offense going. It needs to start rolling now, but looks like St. Mary's going to take a timeout and talk about what just happened.
You're right, TB, and with that timeout, that means we are also going to take a timeout. Snowbirds up 30-6 with 6:33 left to go in the first half.
Now's the time to fly from your Northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to...
We all know that Jimmy John's is everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs. But did you know that they're unveiling new menu options? That's right, Jimmy John's new menu has something for everyone and is a great way to feed the whole family. So, whether you're watching the big game, hard at work, or taking the family out to eat, Jimmy John's wants to make finding a gourmet sandwich easy. The crew of Next Level Broadcasting trusts their pregame meals to Jimmy John's, and you should too, at Jimmy John's in Gaylord.
30-6 here. Snowbirds in complete control. However, the Cardinals have finally put together a play that's going to get them a first down and puts them in Snowbird territory on the 30-yard line. And the Cardinals looking to finally make some noise after their first drive. It's been a while since we've seen the Cardinals offense kind of show any sort of life.
Yeah, it's nice to see them make a positive play and get that offense hopefully rolling here to make this more of a competitive game before half.
LaFranca under center this time. looking to throw. He's going to have Toko on the left side, able to high point the ball and get it in for the first down. Toko, absolute, not the tallest person on the field by any means. However, able to just kind of find the ball. Snowbird defender was there in coverage, but Toko able to wrangle that in. Good enough for the first down, and it's going to be 1st and 10 from Snowbird 18-yard line.
Yeah, again, another good play, back-to-back plays where they're getting their offense moving now.
It looks as though they're trying to get Toko highly involved here as LaFranca under shotgun, lowering the shoulder, and is going to get dropped at the line of scrimmage from the Snowbirds, and some good sportsmanship there as Koshoniak helps him up. As we have 6:15 left to go in the first half, Cardinals knocking on the Snowbirds' door. And the rain has stopped, which is one of the positive things. However, that ground's still going to be wet. Makes the ball still slick.
Yeah, we've seen so many cases of where that slickness comes into play when they have the high snap or some snap that hits, like, it just doesn't, it's not right with the quarterback.
LaFranca in shotgun again, gets the snap, looking to his left, looking for Toko, and he's going to have Toko overthrown, and it's going to fall incomplete, and it's going to be 3rd and 11. I apologize.
That was almost a great one-handed snag by Toko, but he just couldn't reel it in there.
Yeah, Toko, he was running a corner route there. However, I just think LaFranca would like to have that one back as Toko had his man beat. Just a little out of reach from the receiver's hands as LaFranca approaches the huddle with the play call. And they break the huddle. And LaFranca operating back under center. They scored from under center earlier on their only score of the game. It was a pass play on 3rd and 13. LaFranca looking to throw to the corner of the end zone. Intercepted, and it's going to be brought out to midfield. And it's exactly where it's going to be. The interception is going to be Robbie Amsterberg. What a play by him as he was able to undercut the route. The intended receiver was Eli Murphy, but Robbie Amsterberg able to get the interception and break it all the way back out to the 48-yard line for the Snowbirds.
And that's a great play by the defense there, making a wall on defense and stopping them, not allowing them to make this a closer game before halftime. And you hate to see it as a Cardinals fan because they just drove down the field. The second drive that was looked decent, and then they just fell apart at the end zone. Couldn't score, couldn't punch it in there.
Yeah, that's one of those drives you have to cap off with some points no matter what. However, the Snowbirds able to stop that momentum. Robbie Amsterberg by himself able to bring it back out to the 49-yard line as there's going to be a flag against the Snowbirds, which is going to back them up another 5 yards.
It's another delay game. I mean, the same exact situation. You get the turnover, the play before you're going out there, and you just don't snap it in time.
It's almost as like the play clock starts as soon as they have the ball planted, because that's the second time on a change of possession where they've gotten a delay of game. And now Jacobson under center here, hands it off to Butler along the right side, and Butler's going to be brought down to the original line of scrimmage. Christian Toko is down now. He's going to get up slowly, but he's going to get up nonetheless. And
looks like he looks like he's in pain, though.
Oh, and if you're the Cardinals, you really don't want to be seeing any more injuries because there's not a lot left on the sideline there. It looks as though injuries are just piling up for them as Jacobson back under center, Koshoniak and Butler flank him with the split backfield. It's going to be a handoff to Butler along the right side, but Butler immediately brought down at the line of scrimmage. That was a good tackle there by number 14. Once I get a name for you, that's going to be brought down by number 14, and I don't have a number for number 14 for the Cardinals on my roster sheet.
And also with the how cold it is today, any of those stingers you take, like number 2 just did there, Toko, it's going to hurt a lot more than normal stingers. It's going to feel 10 times worse. until it's just going to take a while to get that feeling back in there.
Thank you, TB, on the analysis. That's actually something to point out because that your body doesn't heal right as Koshoniak's going to get the handoff up the left side, but he's going to get a first down, and it's going to take a host of Cardinals to attempt to bring him down, and he was able to struggle and fight his way for an extra 10 yards after the point of contact, and it's going to be down at the 26-yard line. Koshoniak absolutely muscling his way for a first down, a big gain, and puts the ball at the 26-yard line for the Snowbirds.
You know, and they're just milking this clock away now with only under 4 minutes left in the first half.
Well, they're only running 2 plays at this point, and it's both out of this formation, and it's just a flip-flop of either way.
Yep.
It's however you want to take your medicine, as Butler and Koshoniak are going to have a fake handoff to Butler, but Koshoniak's going to get the real handoff, and he's only going to get a gain of 2. And that's one of the not so highlight plays for the Snowbirds they've had today. However, they've had plenty of highlights so far.
Yeah, a lot of highlights defensively and offensively. I mean, they're doing it on both sides of the ball today.
The picture book at the end of the year for when students get to buy pictures of themselves is going to be absolutely loaded with a lot of touchdowns.
Yes, for sure.
As Jacobson back under center, split back formation once again for the Snowbirds as they're heading towards the sun. Handoff to Koshoniak. Koshoniak's going to get to the left side and muscle his way to a gain of about 3 yards. It's going to bring up third and what I would assume is 6 for the Snowbirds.
You know, and as a Snowbird offense right here, you want to just get half this third down back and make it a more manageable fourth down just keep that clock running.
Yeah, you kind of want, at this point, you know, it's one of those things of you're up 30-6 and it's not even halftime. You're just trying to get this game over and stay healthy now.
Yep, you're just trying to milk the clock. The clock at this point is your enemy. You want that clock to go to triple zeros as fast as possible.
Handoff to Koshoniak up the left side. Koshoniak going to slice and dice his way through some tacklers to get a first down, and he's going to get brought down within 10 yards of the end zone. Looks like he's going to be down at about the 8-yard line. And it's going to be first and goal for the Snowbirds as they look to extend this lead and make it a 30-point lead going into the half. Hope maybe, if in their eyes, a 32-point lead.
Yes, they would love that.
As the offense coming back out in the split back formation, you have to think Metelsky's thinking on the sideline, man, I would be getting some of these handoffs as well, as Butler's going to be shaking an arm tackle, and he's going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Snowbirds. 6 more points on the board, 36-6 with a minute 47 left to go in the half. Absolute pure domination for what should be a Cardinals playoff game on the line.
You would hope so. You'd think they'd be fighting for their playoff lives, and just been a struggle on offense. They've been stuck in the mud, just can't get the ball moving.
As Snowbirds looking for the 2-point conversion, handoff to Koshoniak. He's going to get his way in for 2 points. No, they're actually going to say no, he's short. It looked as though he got in from my perspective, but it's going to stay right here, 36-6, minute 47 left to go. Snowbirds in complete control. Cardinals to receive the ball after the break.
Welcome to Hudson's, where we strive to be more than a dealer, and we work hard to pair you with the right equipment. Whether your land spans thousands of acres or just a small yard, come visit us. At Hudson, we provide the service and expertise to get the job done right. And for a limited time, get 0% for 84 months on select John Deere compact utility tractors. To get a quote, come into your local Hudson or visit us online at hudsony.com.
Welcome back as we are getting ready for kickoff here. A minute 47 left to go in the first half. Snowbirds showing just complete domination on their end of the field as it's going to be a squib right up the middle, fielded by the Cardinals, and it's going to be downed by Eli Murphy at the 41-yard line. As the Cardinals looking to come back out and fix their past mistakes. They threw an interception on their last drive trying to put some points on the board here before the half, as they need any kind of points to really just, make themselves feel better at this point.
Yeah, you'd hope to see they can put a good drive together here and march on the field. And, they need points here to make it a close game at half, to make it a manageable game, with Snowbirds getting the ball after halftime, too.
I think we have seen the end of the day for Sam Viner, as he's just been limping and trying to walk off the injury to his left leg. However, it's going to be tipped over the middle. Intended receiver was Toko again. However, on the breakup, that was going to be number 24, Dylan Croft, able to get right in there and break up the pass.
Yeah, that was a good pass breakup. It was almost 60 other way if he came down with that.
Absolutely, because it looked as though the ball just kind of fluttered there and he couldn't locate it after he tipped it. However, it's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Cardinals. Snowbirds once again in complete control here, as they're getting ready to maybe start celebrating at the half. However, you don't want to celebrate too early. As a big hit by Kashoniak. That was Eli Murphy on the handoff. Kashoniak just came in after Eli was getting drugged down. Kashoniak lowered the boom on him.
He made sure nothing else was going to happen. He made sure that he was going to finish that or run through that tackle and get a couple extra yards. He just put him down and made sure stand right there for a loss of 4 yards.
Kashoniak must just run into trees during his free time, because he is a load, and that is a strong kid.
The Kashoniak kid, all the Kashoniak boys were all strong. They all look for contact. They love contact.
Oh my lorsh, they play a physical style of football here, as we have now less than a minute in the first half. LaFranca bobbles the snap, I should say, looking to the outside, going to get leveled by number 12 as Daniel Jacobson once again finding his way to the ball, and the Snowbirds have themselves a couple of just ball hawks in Kashoniak, Jacobson, Croft.
Yeah, it's a good defense to have. They're going to get tested these next couple weeks now with, I believe next week's game is Rudyard, and then they finish out the season against Inland Lakes.
And I was going to say all of that without Rylan Metelsky.
That's going to be a tough struggle, but Inland Lakes, I believe, is ranked in the top 10 for division or for 8-man, and I don't know about Rudyard, but it's a UP team, and you never know what to expect from a UP team.
Cardinals come back out on 4th and 9. LaFranca hands off. Fumbled snap, and it's going to be downed, and that's going to take us to the half, and we'll be right back with the Traverse City Cherry Capital halftime show. Snowbirds up 30-6 going into the half. I'm Christian Swinsicki with Tyler Bowerman. We'll be right back with the half.
I'm Ryan Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Today's game presented by J&J Construction, Gaylord Seal Coating, Jimmy John's, Twin Bay Docks, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Golf Gaylord, Deer Hudson, Gaylord Eye Care Center, and Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport. We hope you have enjoyed tonight's game.
Welcome to Hudson's, where we strive to be more than a dealer, and we work hard to pair you with the right equipment. Whether your land spans thousands of acres or just a small yard, come visit us. At Hudson, we provide the service and expertise to get the job done right. And for a limited time, get 0% for 84 months on select John Deere compact utility tractors. To get a quote, come into your local Hudson or visit us online at hudsony.com.
We all know that Jimmy John's is everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs. But did you know that they're unveiling new menu options? That's right, Jimmy John's new menu has something for everyone and is a great way to feed the whole family. So, whether you're watching the big game, hard at work, or taking the family out to eat, Jimmy John's wants to make finding a gourmet sandwich easy. The crew of Next Level Broadcasting trusts their pregame meals to Jimmy John's, and you should too, at Jimmy John's in Gaylord.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
I'm Ryan Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Today's game is presented by J&J Construction, Gaylord Seal Coating, Jimmy John's, Twin Bay Docks, Professional Seamless Gutters, Schultz's Marathon Party Store, Golf Gaylord, John Deere Hudson, Gaylord Eye Care Center, and Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport. We hope you have enjoyed tonight's game.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Boyne City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
I'm Ryan Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
We all know that Jimmy John's is everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs. But did you know that they're unveiling new menu options? That's right, Jimmy John's new menu has something for everyone and is a great way to feed the whole family. So, whether you're watching the big game, hard at work, or taking the family out to eat, Jimmy John's wants to make finding a gourmet sandwich easy. The crew of Next Level Broadcasting trusts their pregame meals to Jimmy John's, and you should too, at Jimmy John's in Gaylord.
Welcome to Hudson's, where we strive to be more than a dealer, and we work hard to pair you with the right equipment. Whether your land spans thousands of acres or just a small yard, come visit us. At Hudson, we provide the service and expertise to get the job done right. And for a limited time, get 0% for 84 months on select John Deere compact utility tractors. To get a quote, come into your local Hudson or visit us online at hudsony.com.
Welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting's Saturday evening edition of St. Mary's Snowbirds football as they are going against the Whittemore-Prescott Cardinals. Score right now 36-6 here at the half. Right now we are kind of showing off senior night here as they're honoring all the seniors and doing a nice little ceremony for them, as they mentioned that they do it differently and they honor all senior athletes here in St. Mary's. TB, did you happen to get this when you were a senior?
Yes, we did. We had, I believe, every single kid in our senior year class was an athlete of some sort in the fall. So it took us a while at halftime to do it.
Well, we want to thank you for joining us on the Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport halftime show. Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport is your gateway to northern Michigan. Now is your time to fly TVC. TVC Airport will also get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com. TB, where do you think Whittemore-Prescott would like to go after this?
Back home.
Man, it's not been the greatest since the first drive for them.
No, that first drive looked promising for them with that long passing, a deep, I don't know, what was it, 45, 50 yards?
It was a deep, I know it was a seam pass right up the middle to Sam Viner, and Sam Viner was able to score after that. But however, that was not the last that we would see of Sam Viner, but he didn't last long after that for the Cardinals.
And it's hurt them not having him out there on offense to either run the ball or throw the ball too, as a receiver, or even, take snaps as a quarterback like he was earlier in the game. And then their backup, number 6, went out too for a little bit and looked like he had a stinger going on. So it's just been banged up injury for Whittemore-Prescott, and you just don't like to see that when you're playing a team.
Absolutely, and it doesn't matter. You want to see the strongest versions of each team play each other, right?
Yes, you want to see the best competition, because then it's not a fluke or someone just won because X, Y, and Z was injured. You want to know that you won because they were playing at their strength and you were playing at your strength.
Absolutely. And however, the Cardinals have been unable to really answer effectively because the Snowbirds have put up 36 straight on them since that opening drive score from the Cardinals, because it looked like the Cardinals were going to pose a threat initially.
Yes.
Because the Cardinals, after they scored, recovered an onside kick.
Yeah, it could have been dangerous. It could have been, 12-0 right off the gates, but luckily the St. Mary's defense held strong there on that second possession for the Whittemore-Prescott Cardinals.
Yeah, that second possession for the Cardinals, they went 3 and out, and then on the punt, that was where Sam Viner was injured. And then ever since then, the Snowbirds have just took the ball and absolutely ran all the way. They ran the Cardinals back to the UP essentially.
Yeah, you have to give a lot of credit to this offensive line. They're just opening holes left and right. Anywhere they want to run, right, left, center, they're able to do it with Brett Kashoniak, Daniel Jacobson, and Jake Butler is the last one.
And yeah, Jake Butler has been kind of the third man on today's game, because usually it's Jacobson, Kashoniak, and then maybe some form of Metelski or Luke Jacobson. And however, that has not been the case today. It's just been the three-headed monster of Kashoniak, Jacobson, and Butler. Yes. However, going into the rest of the day, what rest of the game, I should say, what should we hopefully see from the Snowbirds going into the second half?
That's it. No injuries, and as long as they can just keep playing like they are right now, get out of here with a victory and just celebrate after that. You're 5-1 after that, and just one game technically out of the playoffs. So if they win next week, they're clinching their spot.
Yeah, and this is a big night for the Snowbirds, as it was Armed Forces and First Responders night along with Seniors night here. So Like we mentioned, they were honoring the seniors here at the halftime show. They honored the armed forces and first responders in the pregame show. A couple of patrons in the stands have had their own little handheld flags as the teams are warming back up, or I should say the Cardinals are warming back up here, as what I assume is happening for the Snowbirds. They're getting kind of like their halftime pep talk, and then
Yep, still doing their because they had the senior celebration, so they had to wait until everyone was back in the locker room. And of course, Coach O'Connell's oldest son is also on the team, so he was out there with the team for the celebrations too. So now it's going to be an extra couple minutes with this halftime for all these celebrations.
TV, I want to ask you a question here, and it's something I asked Tyler Blom last week, but this time I'm going to have a little bit different for you.
Yep.
So, player of the game, excluding Koshoniak for the Snowbirds so far.
So far, I would almost give it, if I could give it to a unit, I'd give it to the offensive line, because they've just been dominant for Koshoniak and for Daniel Jacobson, but I don't think we are allowed to do that. So I would say either Daniel Jacobson or Jake Butler both have been doing amazing jobs at running the ball and taking care of it and making sure there's no turnovers today.
Yeah, I think that's kind of been that's the three-headed monster, right? That the ball has only touched, I think, those three players' hands.
Yep.
There hasn't been a single passing attempt from the Snowbirds. However, they haven't needed it as they're up 36-6, and they've only been running out of two formations, whether it's shotgun with a back flanking.
Yep, or a kind of a wishbone, I'd say.
I think technically the term is actually it's a split back formation.
Okay.
You don't see it a lot in the NFL.
No, it's a weird formation.
It is a weird formation, so it's something you don't see aside from high school play. However, it's proven to work here for the Snowbirds, as the Cardinals they've had their tires just spinning in the mud.
Yeah, it's just how are they going to get out of this? They have to find a way to get out of the mud and just get their offense rolling. They have to push it out somehow. I mean, they have to find a way to open holes or get that passing game working again like it was in that first quarter.
Yeah, and it's as simple as that. There's not much that we can say here in the Traverse City Cherry Capital halftime show that really hasn't been said already, because both teams, they're doing their game plan. However, for one team, it's working to perfection.
Yep.
And the other team, the wheels have fallen off, and they need some tow truck service.
Yeah, they do need some tow truck service at this point.
So, all right. With that said, we will be right back with the third quarter kickoff. I'm Christian Swinsicki, joined here by TB, also known as Tyler Bowerman, but I should say Tyler Bowerman, also known as TB, here at the halftime Traverse City Cherry Capital halftime show. 36-6 Snowbirds in absolute domination. We will be right back with the third quarter kickoff after this.
I'm Beningo, but you might know me. I'm Ryan Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport, TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
This is Charles, founder of Next Level Broadcasting. Interested in advertising on our channel? Get a hold of us, and next week, this commercial could be yours. Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Point City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Are you interested in building a new home or renovating an existing one? With over 100 years of combined experience, J&J Construction is one of the most reliable and respected general contractors in our service area. J&J is a trusted construction partner valued by architects, subcontractors, financiers, and most of all, their clients. J&J Construction has been completing quality homes and improvement projects that add value to the communities they serve. They bring a passion for innovation and a commitment to quality to every job they do. Call them today. We all know northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
These days, pretty much every business has some sort of discount or rewards program. The only problem is with all these different places doing it different ways, it can feel like a juggling act trying to remember which thing to bring where. Luckily, there's a service that will take all that hassle away for you so you can just give up the juggling act altogether. For the Local offers you exclusive access to discounts at all your favorite local locations for just $5.99 a month. And the best part about it is, the only thing you gotta remember is the one thing you'll never forget, your cell phone. So go on forthelocal.com today, sign up, and let us take care of the juggling for you.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Hello and welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting's Saturday afternoon presentation of your St. Mary's Snowbirds versus the Whittemore-Prescott Cardinals. 36-6 is the score, and it was a drubbing in the first half. However, that was with the rain even going as well as the halftime siren sounds, which signals that we have 3 minutes left, I believe, until kickoff. And TB, one of the things that, I wanted to, again, point out to the audience at home, just the absolute dominance has been, that the offensive line for the Snowbirds has shown is just been just immaculate from the Snowbirds, as the Snowbirds have just been able to just kind of do anything within the realm of what they want to do. They've been able to just do it. So a big shout out to the offensive line for the St. Mary's Snowbirds. And it's been controlling the entirety of the game.
Yeah, they've been dominating the offense, the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. And they just, when you do that, it's a good recipe for a win, usually. Usually when you can dominate the offensive line or the defensive line or both, you will most likely end up with the most points at the end of the night and with the win at the end of the night also.
I was going to say, one of the other things, too, as we have a little bit of a black screen here. We're switching over some batteries in our camera. That, the offensive line has been controlling the pace of the game for the offense, for the Snowbirds, to a T. However, can't go unsaid with not mentioning the defense of the Snowbirds as well.
Yes, they've been, all over the ball. Ever since that first possession, they've been just dominating and just head hunting and looking for the ball and finding it at all times.
Yeah, you say head hunting, and that's what they've been doing, because anytime it feels like LaFranca or even Toko has been back there to just even move the ball, get the ball in a handoff, in a snap situation, nothing. It just seems like the Snowbirds are right back in the face of the Cardinals. As we are approaching kickoff here with a minute left before the Snowbirds receive the halftime kickoff.
Yep, this is where you just want to see that offensive line keep moving the defensive line, keeping that line of scrimmage on the other side, and just keep pushing and making sure that you can control that clock and just make sure that no injuries happen. Also, is the other important thing in the second half. You don't want to see anyone else get injured from this game where you're up 30 right now. You want to make sure you come out if you're clean scathed and just ready to go for Rudyard next week.
Absolutely, it's one of the things that I like to preach and emphasize when these blowouts occur, is you essentially you start playing for next week at some point, because now you're trying to keep the health of your players intact, but you're still also trying to execute. So you'll see a couple people probably that usually don't get a handoff that normally that they would, and it's just one of those things that maybe that we will see going forward here, as we are still working with our cameras here. Yeah, we have some technical difficulties once again. However, going forward, I would like to see that the Cardinals are going to show some life here in the second half. Snowbirds, playing for next week. Cardinals looking to just put points on the board, get some confidence going into next week. However, it does appear that unless they were able to put 30 points on the board here, that their playoff hopes are essentially just dashed here, as we have our camera feed back up and running.
Yeah, I know for 8-man playoffs, they go off of a point system, and 6 wins is almost guaranteed a playoff spot, but after that, it's just depending on how many teams are at that point, and then it goes to playoff points. And I know my senior year, we made playoffs at 4 wins. We were the only team ever that I know of to have a 4-win season to make playoffs.
Yeah, and
that's hard to do.
There was, and you were mentioning earlier that there was a lot of behind the scenes and political stuff that was going on with that. So, as the Snowbirds had the squib, they were able to get back on it. It was Koshoniak that was able to get on the ball, and the Snowbirds offense looking to come out. I imagine if they score one more time, then we'll see a running clock maybe getting forced. However, Jacobson gets the handoff, or gets a snap, hands it off to Jake Butler, and Jake Butler able to spin and get brought down. Looks like it's going to be just shy of the first down, but a flag comes out, and we await the call for that. As
I didn't really see what they called or what happened there.
Yeah, it looked as though that the flag just came out and was thrown right at the players. It's going to be illegal block in the back was what I think I just heard. And it's going to push the Snowbirds back. Snowbirds have been their biggest enemy in this game, as they've just been, it looks as though they're just playing a game when they're trying to keep it clean. It's just not working, as Jacobson in shotgun. Butler gets the fake. Koshoniak gets the handoff, breaks an arm tackler, gets to the outside, stiff arms the man, runs over another. Good enough for the first down. Tackle is going to be credited to Eli Murphy. And Koshoniak just, once again, showing that he is one of the stars for the offense.
And the other thing I love about watching Koshoniak run is when he falls down or when he falls forward for an extra 2 or 3 yards every time. But instead of falling backwards or getting stopped right there, he falls forward for those extra 2 yards, which helps you out as the offense.
Absolutely, and Koshoniak already being a load to handle, and when he gets downhill and running, he's just a beast to bring down. And then, as you were saying, TB, once you bring him down, you got to add on 2 extra from where you're hitting him. As Jacobson in shotgun again here on armed service and first responders night. Handoff to Jake Butler. Jake Butler going to be good for a gain of 3, maybe 4 yards.
You know, go ahead.
Oh, I wasn't going to say anything.
I was going to say, as an offense, all you're looking for every time is as a running play, you're looking for 4 yards. Because if you can get 4 yards every play, that's meaning you're averaging a first down every 3 plays. So as long as you can get those 4 yards every carry, it's keeping those chains moving and keeping that clock moving.
Exactly. That's kind of the goal when you have your run plays, is getting 4 yards on average. As shotgun set, handoff, faked. Jacobson's going to keep it himself. Juke a man, get past an arm tackle, stiff arm another, get brought down from behind. Good enough for a gain of about 18 yards. And that's going to bring up a fresh set of downs for the Snowbirds, as they are just outside of the red zone. And the clock is going to continue to run here with 10:30 left to go in the third quarter. As Jacobson in shotgun, flanked by Koshoniak and Butler. Jacobson gets the snap, keeps it to himself. Koshoniak falls. Jacobson able to make some men miss on his own, just fighting for those yards. There's going to be a flag in the backfield, and Koshoniak comes up, kind of bracing his ankle there. And the PA announcer has informed the crowd that the flag is going to be illegal motion on the Snowbirds, and it's going to back them up 5.
Everything has looked good for the Snowbirds this game, but just offensive penalties and drive-killing penalties almost is what I would describe them as. Just keep happening, keep occurring.
Timeout taken by the Snowbirds, and with that timeout, that means we are also going to take a timeout. 10:10 left to go here in the third quarter. Snowbirds up 36-6.
I'm Ryan Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional.
Jacobson going to get the snap, keep it to himself, fake a handoff or two, and dive and dance his way back to the original line of scrimmage. Koshoniak still on the field there. That's good because you saw, well, we saw at least from here, that he looked like he kind of got hit at the ankles there making a block, and he came up a little wobbly, but sticking it out and staying on the field as they await the play call. And Jacobson, Butler, Koshoniak in shotgun formation. 2nd and 10. 9:30 left to go in the third quarter. High snap. Jacobson able to keep it. Going to run, look to his right, dancing his way. Going to get just wrestled down by the defender. That was number 55 for the Cardinals. And what a tackle. Able to do some good improv was Jacobson. Number 55 for the Cardinals is going to be Adrian McDonald, the senior. And that was, I guess, some good improv, able to make the worst, or make, only lose 2 yards out of it, because that could have been a lot worse, TB.
Yeah, that could have been a lot worse. That could have been 6 the other way if you didn't get a hold of that when it was up in the air like that.
Exactly, because one of the things, too, is when you get those high snaps, everyone's looking the other way.
Yep. No one's looking at the ball. The offensive line is all focused about the blocks. The running backs are focused about getting downfield or whatever their responsibility is at that time.
Shotgun formation here for the Snowbirds. Jacobson fakes the handoff, and we see our first pass attempt from Jacobson, and it's going to be a touchdown. I said we might see some unfamiliar faces that usually don't get the touchdown or get the ball, but this time it's Joseph O'Connell on the reception. It's going to be a 23-yard touchdown pass. Jacobson to O'Connell.
First pass of the night, and it worked successfully for a touchdown.
It's one of the things that we saw last week. Last week in the Snowbirds game where they got to the second half and they had such a lead that we started seeing others that hadn't had a chance to touch the ball. They finally got some chances here as Joseph O'Connell able to catch the pass and get a touchdown. And
just a knee.
And they're just going to take a knee. That's sort of kind of tradition here from Snowbirds once they get up far enough.
Yep, once you're up enough, no reason to, add on to the lead where it's you're running this team out or you're trying to blow them out on purpose or run up the score.
Well, one of the things also that I like to say is not doing that also lessens the chance of an injury on a play.
Yep. You're not trying to go full strength, full 100% speed right now because you're up by a 42-6 lead here.
Yeah. And at this point, like the Snowbirds, they're looking. They see the writing on the wall. It's time to kind of put the nail in the coffin on this one. And I know I said last drive that if the Snowbirds score that we might see a running clock here, but I think the referees are going to give the Cardinals a chance to answer back here before we see any such type of move.
Yeah, I think I don't know the exact lead you have to have because I know last night I was at the Charlevoix game and they had a running clock in the second half and they were up, I believe 30 or 35. So it should be close to a running clock here also.
Snowbirds kicking the ball off. Going to go into the hands of Eli Murphy down at the 43-yard line. And that's going to set up shop for the Cardinals. 43-yard line. They're looking to put any kind of points on the board.
That's who number 11 is. It's McKinley, I believe.
I did hear that from the PA announcer. Okay. It's the first time I heard that name all afternoon. So if we can just get a first name here.
It's oh God, I'm gonna blank it. Hogan McKinley.
Hogan McKinley.
I believe. I could be wrong, but there's two of them, and I believe it's Hogan McKinley.
Well, the thing about Hogan McKinley also is that he has a cast in his left arm too. So I think that's why they're not doing kickoffs as deep as they possibly want because they're already down a man. Handoff to Toko on the left side. Toko's going to get a gain of about 2 at most. And Toko's jersey looking a lot less white than the rest of his Cardinal teammates.
Yep. It's just been a tough night for Cardinals football fans. It's just been no offense for them to speak of so far besides that first possession.
There's been a change at quarterback here for the Cardinals. William LaFranca is sitting down, and Eli Murphy now is in taking snaps at quarterback. And Eli Murphy going to get the handoff and go right up the middle and just get met by a host of Snowbirds. And they're going to drive him back, but it's going to be good enough to just get maybe back to the line of scrimmage. And that, unfortunately, is one of the things that you're going to see when you have a roster that's just depleted and injuries have just taken over. Sam Viner was taking the snaps at quarterback. William LaFranca took snaps at quarterback. Toko took snaps at quarterback, and now we see Eli Murphy.
Yeah, you hate to see it. I mean, usually your quarterback is the key to your offense, and if your quarterback, you want your same quarterback throughout the entire game. You don't want to have to change quarterbacks because of injuries or anything like that.
Yeah, and now it looks like we have Thomas Saunders in at quarterback here, the junior running back. But Toko's going to take the snap, look to his right, throws it, and it's going to be out of reach for Eli Murphy. And that's going to bring up 4th and 9 for the Cardinals here with 6:45 left to go in the third quarter.
I believe there's running clock now because that was an incomplete pass and the clock has not stopped.
As the clock is going to keep going, and the other thing that's also going to keep going is this rain. Actually, I just saw a couple sprinkles start to come back down again. It's going to be on and off here for a while, it looks, as William LaFranca in for the punt at least. I'm wondering if we're going to see another rugby-style punt. We are not. He's going to have a low spiral. It's going to get a good bounce. Going to get all the way down to the Snowbirds' 14-yard line, and that will be where the Snowbirds set up shop. 42-6 with just over 6 to go here in the third quarter. I don't know what else to say other than, the season's changed, but the chores never stop. It's time to gear up for fall with the John Deere compact tractor from Hudson. Plenty of inventory and thousands in savings. A John Deere compact tractor from Hudson. Your fall chores just got easier. See for yourself at HudsonInc.com. Traverse City Cherry Capital Airport is your gateway to northern Michigan. Now is your time to fly TVC. TVC Airport will also get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com. Snowbirds taking the ball, got possession here on the 14-yard line with under 6 to go and a running clock here in the third quarter. Handoff is going to be going to Koshoniak up the left side. Koshoniak lowering the shoulder, bounces off a couple of tacklers. However, it's not going to be enough to get back to the line of scrimmage. Looks like he's going to be just short of it. And actually, the PA announcer saying that they're going to give him the yard, 2nd and 9, as Koshoniak once again imposing his will in another week for Snowbirds football.
Yeah, it's just been dominating by Koshoniak and by this offensive line, just opening up holes, making sure he has places to run, options, and lanes to run.
Snap going to go to Jacobson. Jacobson's going to keep it, slip a tackle, juke his way through another, lowers the shoulder on another, lowering the shoulder again, spinning off another tackler. Good enough for the first down. That might have been the hardest running 15-yard run I've ever seen.
Yeah, he just refused to go down that entire run.
And that's got to be deflating on a defense when you see someone and you have him in your grasp and he shakes 5 tackles like that.
Yeah, it's just a momentum killer and drive, or just a momentum killer.
Absolutely, and oh man, you're momentum killer for the defense. But if you're the offense, that's gonna spark a little bit of energy, and your teammates are gonna look at you and just go, man, what are you on?
Yeah.
As Jacobson in shotgun once again gives the handoff to Koshoniak. Koshoniak, 2 hands on the ball, going to run past some tacklers. He's got open grass in front of him. He's going to be brought down at the 40-yard line. He had a host of Snowbirds in front of him, and he is running hard along the sideline there.
Yeah, you love to see a running back there be patient. Don't try to hit that hole too early, and let those like big boys get around and in front of you and give you some lead blocks.
Absolutely, and I mean that's one of the things that I think Koshoniak is going to be touted for going forth, is that his ability to show patience, his ability to just dominate as Koshoniak comes out, and we see a backup come in for him. It's going to be Sam Jacobson. I apologize. I think I said Luke Jacobson earlier. I mean Sam Jacobson. Sam Jacobson comes in for Koshoniak. He's flanked next to his brother, and they're in shotgun. Handoff to Sam Jacobson. Sam Jacobson, open field to the right. He's going to get a gain of about 5. And that's going to be one of the confidence boosters there, is when you get those, it seems like whenever they get those outside handoffs, they have 5 yards before they have anyone make any kind of contact.
Yep, and with the speed with the running backs they have also, they can get that corner pretty easily with getting outside, and that allows you to get a couple extra yards on top of it.
As we get here on 2nd and 5 with 2:45 left to go in the third quarter. Running clock here for the ball game. Writings on the wall. Snowbirds are just trying to get to the end of this healthy. High snap, gives it to Butler. Butler going up the middle, stumbling his way, but it looks like a defender was able to help him up as he gets all the way down to the 10-yard line. And a good run by Butler, able to shake off a couple of tacklers. Now he's coming to the sidelines looking for a sub out, and like I was mentioning before, they're trying to preserve the health of some of these players. And it was around this time last week we were seeing Rylan Metelsky come in. However, Rylan Metelsky in street clothes on the sideline, possibly foreseeable for the rest of the season.
Yeah, and just another injury. You hate to see that one.
That was not football related, though, however, the Rylan Metelsky one.
I was told it was not football related.
Yes. Now we see Robbie Amsterberg in with Daniel Jacobson and Sam Jacobson. Amsterberg gets the handoff. Looks as though he's going to get a gain of about 3, maybe 4 yards. There was a bunch of Cardinals that were able to bring down Amsterburg. However, preserving the health of Koshoniak and Jake Butler, that is why they have Amsterburg and Sam Jacobson in. And like we mentioned at the Traverse City Cherry Capital halftime show, seeing some people that usually don't get the ball a whole lot here in the second half. We've already seen Joseph O'Connell with a 23-yard touchdown grab on the lone pass from Daniel Jacobson. Daniel Jacobson, shotgun formation. It's going to be a handoff to Amsterburg. I do want to point out that there is some lineup issues that I'm sure O'Connell, I wonder if this is the way that the plays are designed, or I shouldn't say issues, but the running back that is receiving the handoff is right next to Jacobson, and the running back that is going to act as the lead blocker is actually standing further away from the quarterback than.
Yeah, it's a little strange. I don't know for sure.
It's kind. I don't want to say it's a tell.
Yeah.
But it is something that I've noticed throughout this game. Is the Snowbirds are.
Oh, I see. Wait, no. Now he's spread them both back out.
Gonna be a keeper. Nope. Handoff to Amsterburg. Amsterburg is going to get down to the 1 yard line. It's going to bring up fourth and 2 as we end the third quarter here. And with the break, that means we're also going to take a break. 42-6 going into the fourth quarter. Snowbirds have been in control throughout. We'll be right back.
We all know Northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Welcome to Hudson's, where we strive to be more than a dealer, and we work hard to pair you with the right equipment. Whether your land spans thousands of acres or just a small yard, come visit us. At Hudson, we provide the service and expertise to get the job done right. And for a limited time, get 0% for 84 months on select John Deere compact utility tractors. To get a quote, come into your local Hudson or visit us online at hudsony.com.
Welcome back to Next Level Broadcasting, Saturday afternoon presentation of St. Mary's Snowbirds versus the Whittemore-Prescott Cardinals. Christian Swinsicki in the booth with Tyler Bowerman, a.k.a. TB. And TB, we've seen just a complete manhandling from the Snowbirds here as they're on 4th and 2 here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. And they're kind of keeping to what you were saying, is making sure we're staying healthy.
Yep, just stay healthy at this point. Yep, 42-6 in the fourth quarter.
Handoff in a fumble, but I think the man was down. Handoff was going to be to Jackson Koenig. Jackson Koenig got the handoff, and when he went down to his knees, the ball came out, but I think he's going to be down by contact, and that's going to be a turnover on downs as he was unable to get a first down or a touchdown, and the Cardinals are going to be getting the ball from their own end zone as the clock continues to run here with 11:30 left to go in the fourth quarter, as we're going to see the Cardinals offense come back out, and at this point they're on the 2 yard line, and we're going to see a timeout taken by the Cardinals, probably the game plan for them snapping the ball in the end zone. But with their timeout, that means we're going to take a timeout here. 42-6, fourth quarter. Next Level Broad.
I'm Ryan Beningo, but you might know me for my business, Professional Seamless Gutters, where we specialize in, you guessed it, everything gutters. New installation, replacements, cleaning, leaf guards, rain chains, and much more. But unlike many service providers, when you call Professional Seamless Gutters, you get me, Orion, not some bum intern or call center recording. So when you're contemplating any services regarding the gutters on your home or pole barn, think Professional Seamless Gutters.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Point City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
Welcome back to St. Mary's Snowbirds football. Christian Swinsicki here with Tyler Bowerman. 42-6 is the score here in Gaylord, and 11:20 left to go in the ball game as the Cardinals are looking to just get out of their own end zone. They have a tush push to get them out, get them a couple yards, and it's going to be good enough for a gain of about 3 yards, 4 yards maybe. The old QB sneak, but
Yep.
we've been seeing it in the NFL called the tush push because everyone pushes the quarterback.
Yep. You got two guys behind the quarterback lined up, and they just shove the quarterback forward for 2 or 3 yards.
It's kind of an unstoppable play as they actually got him 4 yards there.
It's a large movement of mass that's hard to stop. When you have offensive linemen just going, knowing that they only have to get 2 or 3 yards, they're going down at the knees. You're creating a huge pile, and it's just a large force of created mass.
All that was to get them some breathing room here, the Cardinals, as they're going to take the snap, maybe get a gain of 1. Unable to see who got the direct snap. That was LaFranca in at quarterback as Toko going to the sideline to receive the play. Looking to just see some health, some positive health come out of this game for both teams.
Yes.
And if you're the Cardinals, you hope that Sam Viner is healthy going forward. You'd hate to see a young man's season end here in what it actually was a pivotal game for the Cardinals as they came in needing to win out for playoff hopes. However, all their hopes have just been dashed as they've just been decimated by the Snowbirds this evening. As handoff to Toko, and it's going to be a fumble recovered, I believe, by the Snowbirds. And it is going to be a fumble recovery by the Snowbirds, going to put them at 1st and goal from the 3-yard line. Toko on the fumble. I was unable to see who recovered it. However, it's going to put St. Mary's back in prime position to score again here as we get closer to 9 minutes left to go in the ball game. Just inside the 3 is what we have been told from the PA announcer.
This is whereas St. Mary's offense, you just want to see some younger players that haven't got much experience to get some playing time and hopefully get in the end zone.
Exactly, as Robbie Amsterberg comes out with Daniel Jacobson. And we have a wide receiver split out. The wide receiver is Jackson Koenig. And a flag is going to come out. And I think it's going to be on a delay of game as well. As one of the things that I was going to point out earlier, the referees have not been holding their whistles on these change of possessions.
No, they've been. It almost seems like that play clock starts quicker than St. Mary's is expecting it to start.
Yeah, I'm not sure if that's just the referees or if that's how it's supposed to go. But Robbie Amsterberg now going out wide with Daniel Jacobson keeping the quarterback keeper, and he's going to fight down for a gain of a couple of yards as Jackson Koenig able to help out, and we have a timeout.
Injured.
Yeah, an injury timeout, and the injured player is going to be a Cardinals player. I can't see the number yet, but with the injury timeout, that means we are also going to step back for just a few moments.
Vision Source and Gaylord Eye Care are proud to be offering their services to local communities across northern Michigan. With locations in Gaylord, Point City, Bel Air, and Sheboygan, they're committed to serving you and providing a trusted source of credentials and expertise. If you're struggling with anything vision related, then don't hesitate to schedule a consultation and meet their friendly and experienced staff for yourself.
We all know that Jimmy John's is everyone's go-to option for freaky fast subs. But did you know that they're unveiling new menu options? That's right, Jimmy John's new menu has something for everyone and is a great way to feed the whole family. So, whether you're watching the big game, hard at work, or taking the family out to eat, Jimmy John's wants to make finding a gourmet sandwich easy. The crew of Next Level Broadcasting trusts their pregame meals to Jimmy John's, and you should too, at Jimmy John's in Gaylord. We all know northern Michigan winters take a toll on our parking lots and driveways, but Gaylord Seal Coating has you covered. A proud sponsor of local high school athletics, Gaylord Seal Coating specializes in infrared seamless asphalt repair, hot pour crack filling, striping, and more. Need a new snowplow solution this winter? GSC can do that too. Commercial, residential, private roadways, and associations, Gaylord Seal Coating is your answer. Give them a call today at 989-732-5003.
Now's the time to fly from your northern Michigan hometown Cherry Capital Airport. TVC. TVC Airport will get you to your dream destination anywhere in the world. Visit tvcairport.com now.
Welcome back as the injured Cardinal was able to get up on his own feet and walk to the sideline. That's something you like to see as the Snowbirds able to get the handoff and get to the 4-yard line. I was unable to see who that was as now we kind of have a rotation of players coming in, as it's still Daniel Jacobson, Robbie Amsterberg, and Jackson Koenig. And I imagine they're just looking to punch it in here, get the ball back in the Cardinals' hands here with under 7:45 left to go in the ball game. Jacobson hands off to Koenig. Koenig runs towards the end zone, and he's going to be in. Touchdown, Snowbirds. It's going to make it a 48-6 ball game here for the Snowbirds, and I imagine we're going to see another kneel down here from them.
Yep, just don't want to run up the score out of respect.
Yes, out of respect, and like we just had a few plays ago, you don't want to see any unwarranted injuries either.
Yep.
So, under 7.5 to go now, and we're going to see a kneel down here from Jacobson. And one of the things I would like to point out also, maybe, as the clock continues to run, as the PA announcer wasn't sure that they scored a touchdown to begin with. But one of the things that we were talking about during the break, TV, as we get further and further, it seems like as though the play clock for the offense starts as soon as they get as soon as the play is over.
Yes.
And they just get the ball, play clock starts. They have 25-40 seconds to get out there.
Yep, and it just seems like they're not almost ready for it or not expecting it or something like that.
Yeah, and that's what's getting him all these delay of game penalties, as it's 48-6 here with 7 minutes to go on the dot in the ball game. The wind is still going here, but the rain has ceased. Overcast has come in, but you can see a little bit of blue sky veering through those clouds here in Gaylord. And it's been a cold one today. I'm not sure if those at home can hear, but some of us here in the booth are sniffling.
Yeah.
I don't think we've been ready for the cold. I'm certainly not acclimated for it yet. But kick is away from Hogan McKinley. And Toko's going to get the ball at the 10-yard line, looking for some blocks. Unable to find and dance away around anything. Going to be brought down at the 15-yard line. And Toko unable to really get anything going as the Cardinals just looking to escape this game healthy. However, they've suffered plenty of injuries on the day. As William LaFranco runs off the field, I saw him holding his arm. And one of the things, that happens with 8-man football is the reason you play 8-man football is because you don't have enough to field an 11-man roster.
Yep.
So already shorthanded here. And the Cardinals line up. Toko going to get the snap. Runs it down for a gain of 2. And it's going to make it 2nd and 8 here with under 6 minutes to go left in the ball game.
One reason I think I like 8-man more than 11-man in high school is the points. There's just so many of them. It seems like every game you go to or watch in 8-man football, it ends up being 40-30 or, in the high 40s to high 40s. It's always a shootout no matter who's playing who. And it's more fun to watch a shootout than it is to watch a 0-0 slugfest.
Eli Murphy on the snap. No, you do have a point there, and that's, I think it's a preference thing. It's a, subject to preference. I'm all in for close games.
Yep.
Maybe I should want some blowouts because I don't think I've had a close game in weeks. In the broadcast and here for Next Level Broadcasting, but I haven't had close games in weeks, and another week is going to go by, and I'm not going to have this one, but we will be doing the remote. I believe it's going to be me and Shane this tonight as Eli Murphy gets the handoff, and he's going to run down, gets a gain of a couple of yards. But it's going to be me and Shane doing tonight's remote broadcast of Gaylord High School versus Escanaba.
Okay, that should be a good matchup. I know Gaylord is, I believe, 6-0 right now.
Yes, and I think I think they might only have one loss.
Yeah, that's going to be an exciting matchup. And Gaylord, this is one of their best starts since I can remember. Like, they're starting 6-0 in the football season. They haven't had many successful football seasons. This looks like one of them.
Yeah, and I mean, they've just looked good all around. Ungst has been playing very well for Gaylord. Oh, yes. Pretzloff looked great. And the fourth down attempt here from the Cardinals is going to be just short of the first down. Or they might actually give it for him. They will be giving it for the Cardinals. And they're going to have their first down in what feels like an eternity.
Yeah, it's been a while. This clock has just obliterated. It's just gone by so quickly with that running clock.
Yeah, and you're right, and I think that's one of the reasons why the referees might have given that first down, because it looked short from here in the booth, but they gave him the first down because they didn't want to see the Snowbirds come back out and score again. Toko in shotgun along with Eli Murphy. Eli Murphy gets the direct snap. Sweep over to the outside, the far side of the screen. Going to get brought down for a loss of 4. And or 2 3-yard loss, according to the PA announcer. However, I mean, looking forward for the Snowbirds, I mean, they got Redyard next week.
And then in the Lakes end the season.
And they'll be looking forward to the playoffs, I'm sure.
Yes, they are. I'm hoping they get a rematch with Pickford, and I know the coaches on the sideline, the players down there, are hoping for that rematch too. They just want to play Pickford again because they know they had the chance to beat them this season, but they just fell apart when they needed it the most.
And it's gonna be a handoff or a snap to Toko, but he's gonna hand off to Murphy, and Murphy's gonna get brought down. They're trying some deception here to get some yards, but it just isn't working. The Snowbirds defense is just so fast, so alert for everything that the Cardinals have been tossing at them. And when we came into the game, we weren't really sure what to expect because, it's not like the Snowbirds were, only a 1-win team. They had 3 wins.
Yes, they do, and they've played 2 conference teams now, and the conference is pretty easy compared to past years, I should say.
As LaFranca in at quarterback in shotgun, spread set here for the offense. LaFranca throws deep. He's got Toko. However, Toko couldn't locate the ball, and the ball is just going to fall harmlessly as the Snowbirds elected to not intercept the ball there because they had the chance, it looked, though, and they just didn't. And they actually would be getting the ball there. That's the reason why they didn't intercept, is because if they would have intercepted it, it would have put them at a worse spot field-wise. However, Snowbirds are going to get the ball here.
Should be 2 kneels and we're out of here.
I think so. I think that's what we're going to be seeing here.
Well, it's 4th down.
No, it's first down. It was a turnover on downs. As far as I know. Oh,
the side still says 4th, but the scoreboard says 1st down. Oh, okay.
Yeah, all right. So I'm listening to the PA announcer, and that's the second time I've been wrong, according to that man. 4th down here for the Cardinals with 40 seconds left. LaFranca looking back to throw, gets his man, drops pass, and that's about as well as a as an end for this ball game as
I don't think they'll even have to take a knee.
no, they won't take a knee. That's going to be a perfect end for this ball game as the rain comes down again, and it's going to rain on the parade of the Cardinals as their playoff hopes have been dashed away, and both teams line up near the 50-yard line for the handshake, and that's going to do it for us here at Next Level Broadcasting. I'm Christian Swinsicki. Thank you for joining us here for St. Mary's Snowbirds football. Christian Swinsicki with Tyler Bowerman. Thank you again. Snowbirds 48-6. Good night.